All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our second review for the second episode of House of the Dragon. This one is called The Rogue Prince. Alright dudes, so I want to go ahead and continue along with our reviews for House of the Dragon. I don't know if I'm going to review every episode of House of the Dragon. It depends on what you guys think of the series. Leave me a comment below if you've seen both of the first two episodes. Spoilers if you haven't. So this one's called The Rogue Prince, and House of the Dragon has already been renewed for a second season, for a second, go. I guess maybe after the reception that the premiere episode got, HBO went ahead and decided to go ahead and do a second season renewal right away because this was a very popular release. I saw the premiere ratings look like a couple million viewers for the first episode right away. So that's great to see. A lot of people excited to go ahead and see House of the Dragon. And after seeing the second episode, I want to say I'm really happy they did this series. I think it is really great. It's been a long time since we've seen like some really good Game of Thrones, content, and so it's really great to get to see this series. We'll see long term, what it ends up being in comparison to the original series. I don't think anybody is really sitting here thinking that it'll be like as good of a run as the original Game of Thrones series was. I don't think that anybody is really expecting that, but at least a couple seasons, a few years worth of it, maybe 3-4 seasons. I don't know. We'll see how long they want to do it for and how many episodes they want to do. But if it's as good as these first two episodes, definitely I'm interested. I'll watch it through for sure. All right, so I thought this was a good follow-up to the premiere episode. I do think I like the premiere episode a bit better than this one, but it is a pretty cool follow-up episode in terms of developments. With the new villain, Crab Feeder, which is pretty fun. In the intro, you get to see him. He's like nailing people to the water there, and then crabs. I didn't know crabs ate people. I didn't know that they actually did that. But it's pretty cool to see kind of a gruesome fate, ugly dude. Expecting to see some more of him in the third episode, which is good to see the series start to bring in its own unique villains and everything, completely different from the original Game of Thrones. And so just the whole vantage point of the series is so different to watch compared to the original, in that pretty much in the original, I want to say, for me anyway, the Starks kind of always remain to be sort of the center focal point, or the center focus. This one with the Targaryens, completely different because the closest thing we had in the original Game of Thrones to them would be like Daenerys, and that was a different situation because she wasn't, like throughout the series, she was kind of gaining power as things were going on. But it wasn't like she was in the power position every season. Definitely not, right? So the series does feel a lot different. You can see kind of the tensions building in and amongst the Targaryen family in this one, between Daemon and Viserys and Rhaenyra. So you can see that you got kind of a question in this one of who will be his wife. So who will be the king's new wife? In the first episode, we see the death of his wife and son, so the queen and the child. So who would be his heir? So in this one, we're getting to kind of find out who he will marry next, and you kind of have some jockeying for position in terms of who could be offered as a potential next queen. And so the episode plays through with kind of like a mini twist near the end here in terms of who he's going to pick, and that it is, offered to him that from Corlys Velaryon, that their daughter would be the best choice, Lyanna. And so it's kind of a little bit of a mini twist, but you could kind of see it happening that he personally, it seems like, would prefer to marry Alicent Hightower. And so we kind of see that through the episode. We expect him to say that he's going to, kind of go with Lyanna and do that in order to stabilize and reinforce the realm, but he decides not to do it. He decides to go with Alicent Hightower himself, maybe because maybe he he just likes her better. She's older and stuff. I don't know. Whatever the case may be here. So it's a pretty good episode. You have kind of the intense scene on the bridge at Dragonstone where you have Daemon and Rhaenyra. They kind of face off against each other, and then you kind of have the Corlys part at the end where he's kind of making an alliance with Daemon. So it's a pretty good episode. It's good drama. It's good follow-up to the first episode. I definitely would say that it's not disappointing or anything like that. It's good setup, and you got a little bit of intrigue with the crab feeder at the end there, of people wanting to see what this a little bit more from this villain and how they're going to deal with it. Viserys so far comes across not as like a very strong king, so we'll see what happens with that. And if the others are going to continue to take liberties with him as a result. I'll give this episode an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'd say, I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good follow-up, and I'm excited to see episode 3, so that'll be September 4th. Second of his name, and then we got Lord of the Rings premiering around that time too soon. So they're going to kind of compete with each other in terms of, premiere times. So, yeah, so that's it for my review. Looks like the first season will probably have 10 episodes. So it's great. A great series, a really great follow-up. Definitely not, not a disappointment or anything. It's exceeded my expectations, I think, for what I was kind of looking forward to for House of the Dragon. Really good stuff. And I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. So leave your comments. So let me know what you guys thought about this one. Are you feeling like the series is as engaging as the original Game of Thrones was? I mean, it does take a little while to get into things, get used to all the characters, and kind of get used to the world again. But so far, I think it's had a really great start, and we'll see if it can kind of keep up this sort of pacing. If it can, though, I think this is going to be a huge hit for HBO, and they'll want to continue it for years to come. That's it for this video, guys. Thumb it up below, share, and favorite at the bottom, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Please subscribe. It's Travis saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.